I'm Neil, I run, I'm a house husband, I'm a very patient person. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I'm a mathematician, so I really enjoy my subject.
Nice.
Those are the main things, and of course I love to do sport, not as much as I used to, but so I still love it as much, but I don't do it as much as I used to.
Would you say you're a bit of a health freak or not?
Not a health freak. I'm afraid I do eat far too much rubbish as well, you know, and I like to use the sport to kind of keep the rubbish eating under control. 10-year-old Neil would be both surprised and yeah, okay. You know, there was a time when I was a little boy when I said, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to go to school, then to college, then to university, then be a professor and all that. And I never made it as a professor, but I did teach at university level. And so, yeah, he'd be surprised actually, because he came from the East End of London. None of his brothers and sisters went to university at all, so you know it was
good for you,
nothing like not really an expected career path, but yeah, it happened.
And as a house husband, do you feel like you have more time to prioritise fitness in your health?
I ought to, yes. But no, yeah, I can. It's just, you know, as you get a little bit older, it gets a bit harder.
Yeah. What's one of the biggest mistakes you've made when running?
That's quite an embarrassing one, actually. I was in part of Reading out running, and I crossed the road and I was just looking that way and fell down a manhole.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, luckily I just turned there, so I hit the side of the face rather than head on, and yeah, it was in the middle of marathon training, and that kind of set me back a week. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Although there is a second close one, and that is I did the Snowdon Mountain running race.
Oh, wow.
And it's just you run up for 5 miles and run back down. And I say it's stupid because you're running on you know, uneven terrain. You've got to look at your feet the whole time. You're in one of the most beautiful parts of the world. You don't appreciate it at all. So I kind of regard that as quite a stupid thing, really.
Yeah. Wow, marathon. How long was the marathon?
I did 7 spring ones on the trot, and I hovered around the 3-hour mark. I went under twice, but wasn't able to repeat that. I was just a few minutes later for the other ones. So.
Good. What is the biggest obstacle you have had to overcome in running, in anything that's hindering your running health?
My O-level results, you know, what you just treat as kids. Yeah. I was only good at maths at school, and yeah, I passed 1 O-level in my O-level year.
Oh,
so
wow.
that was quite an obstacle to overcome.
Did you just focus on that one, or did you revise for all of them, or did you just?
Oh, I spent too long listening to a Genesis album.
Okay.
To be absolutely honest, yeah.
Everyone has those. Everyone has something.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a good school. You know, it was a fairly typical East End school. When I got into the 6th form, because I'd taken 1 O-level early, I had 2 O-levels, and I was one of the more qualified members. So you know, it was pretty poor.
Your overall general motivation for running, and how do you think that has changed throughout the years? Do you think it's more did you, obviously, maybe when you were younger, you did it to feel better about self-confidence and everything, and now do you do it primarily because for health and everything? How has that changed over time?
So I always felt so much better after going for a run, you know, and it was hard to get out of the door. Most of the time I'd find an excuse. I'll just have another biscuit now, and so of course I then feel too full and I wouldn't get out. But when I made it out, and so it was just, I wouldn't describe it exactly as what some people call a runner's high, but I certainly felt better about myself. I wasn't very good at sport at school, you know. I was always one of those kids who wanted to play football and so on, and you'd line up against the wall and the team captains would pick and I'd always be the last, and you know, you have him, no, you have him kind of thing. But I was always enthusiastic about it, and so over the years I did more and more running because it made me fitter for the other things. And then, you know, kind of, I did a marathon when I was still at university. I trained for 3 weeks and it was really not, you know, that would have been another one of my stupidest things I've ever done.
How did you do in that marathon?
I'm actually crawled around in three and a half hours, which, you know, given that I'd done 3 weeks of training, was ridiculous. And so, you know, having that in my bank, as it were, I always thought, I bet I could do a 3-hour one, and so that was always a challenge. But I didn't take that up until my mid-30s, and you know, so part of me thinks, oh, I wish I'd taken it up earlier. I might have got a pretty decent time by then. But you know, you can't do
go back.
everything. No, you certainly can't.
No.